You've always been the one who held it together, the peacekeeper, the listener, the one who smoothed things over before they cracked. And if that sounds like you probably think you're just a naturally calm, responsible person. But here's what's actually happening. You learned, very early, that your safety depended on taking care of everyone else's feelings before your own, and your body hasn't realized the emergency is over yet. The sound of your mother's key in the lock. You're maybe 8, maybe 9, and you already know how to read her footsteps. Heavy and slow means bad day. Quick and light means she might smile when she sees you. You're standing at the top of the stairs, and you don't even realize you're holding your breath until she calls your name. That tone tells you everything. And you already know your job right now is to make sure she's okay. So you walk down, you ask about her day, you bring her a glass of water without being asked. You become small and soft and easy to be around. Because when you did the opposite, when you had a bad day, when you needed something, when you cried about the kid at school who was mean to you, something happened. Not always loud. Sometimes just a sigh, a look, a don't start now, I've had a hard day. So you learned, your feelings were a burden. Love was conditional on how much you could absorb for other people. And the only way to feel safe was to make sure everyone around you felt okay. But there's another beat in that chain, a quieter one that often gets overlooked. It's the moment after the crisis is over. You've successfully soothed your mother, or you've diffused the tension at the dinner table, and you slip back to your room. You close the door, and for a second you feel a wave of relief. You did it, you kept the peace. But then the feeling shifts. You sit on the edge of your bed, and a strange hollow opens in your chest. You've done what you had to do, but no one is coming to check on you. No one is asking how you're holding up after that performance. You're alone with the quiet hum of the house, and the thought creeps in. Asterisk, if I stop being useful, would anyone even notice I'm here? Asterisk, that thought is a seed. It doesn't feel like a wound at the time. It just feels like a fact of life. You are the glue, and glue doesn't get held, it holds. So you learn to quiet that hollow by scanning for the next thing to fix. You don't realize you're teaching yourself that your existence only matters in relation to someone else's comfort. You don't realize that the price of being the hero is that you're never allowed to be the one who needs saving. And years later, when a friend says, "You're so strong, you always have it together," you smile and nod, but inside you feel a cold pinch. Because you know the truth, you're not strong, you're just practiced at disappearing into other people's needs. You've become so good at being what they need that you've forgotten how to tell what you need in the first place. And there's another specific memory, one you've probably tucked away. It's a rainy Saturday afternoon, maybe you're 11 or 12. Your parent is on the couch, head in their hands, silent. Your younger sibling is crying in the other room over a scraped knee. And you stand in the hallway, caught between two worlds. You want to go to your room and close the door. You want to be the kid who gets to be upset about the mud on your shoes or the book you lost. But you see your parents' shoulders shake, and you hear your siblings wail, and something clicks. You don't choose to walk toward the crying sibling, you just do it. You kneel down, wipe the tears, say something gentle. You fix the scraped knee, you find a bandage, you make them laugh. Then you walk over to your parent, and you sit beside them without saying anything. You just sit there, being a warm body that says, asterisk, I'm here, you're not alone. Asterisk, and later that night, lying in bed, you feel a strange pride. You were the one who handled it, but you also feel a deep, wordless exhaustion, like you've been carrying a weight that isn't yours. You fall asleep with that tightness in your throat, and you don't have words for it yet. You don't know that your childhood is being stolen in small, invisible installments. You don't know that every time you take care of someone else's feelings before your own, you're writing a rule into your body. Asterisk, my needs come last if they come at all. Asterisk, that rule becomes your spine. And 20 years later, you're an adult who can't figure out why you feel drained, even when nothing bad is happening. So you became a therapist before you knew what a therapist was. You learned to read the room like a weather chart. You learned to say the right thing, to smooth things over, to take the blame even when it wasn't yours. You learned that your own needs had to wait. But here's the part nobody tells you. That skill kept you safe. It worked. So your brain filed it away as this is how you survive. And then you grew up. And you took that skill with you into every relationship, every job, every friendship. You became the friend everyone calls when they're falling apart. You became the partner who always compromises. You became the person who apologizes even when you didn't do anything wrong, and then you wonder why you're exhausted. You wonder why you feel empty. You wonder why you can take care of everyone except yourself. The psychological word for this is parentification. It's when a child is placed, gently or not, in the role of the emotional caretaker for their parent or siblings. You became the parent's parent. You managed their moods, their disappointments, their conflicts. And the thing about parentification is it doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be quiet. It can look like a mother who confides in you about her marriage when you're 10. It can look like a father who never asks how your day was, but expects you to ask about his. You learn to carry other people's emotions for them, but you never learned that someone else should carry yours. So now, as an adult, your nervous system still operates as if the emergency is still happening. You still scan for signs of distress in others. You still feel responsible for fixing their feelings. And when you don't have someone to take care of, you feel untethered. You feel anxious. Because for your whole life, your sense of purpose has been wired to other people's well-being. Let's slow down the mechanism here, because a lot of people hear parentification and think it's just a fancy word for being helpful. The reality is deeper than that. What's really happening is a rewiring of your autonomic nervous system. In a healthy childhood, a child's stress is co-regulated by a parent. You cry, the parent soothes you, and your nervous system learns that distress is temporary and someone will help. But in parentification, the roles reverse. The parent's stress becomes the child's problem. So instead of learning that you can be soothed, you learn that you must be the soother. Your nervous system starts treating other people's emotional states as a survival threat. You become hyper-vigilant. You watch facial micro-expressions. You listen for shifts in tone. You track the emotional weather of every room you enter. Your body is constantly pumping out cortisol because it believes that if someone around you is upset, you are in danger. That's not a metaphor, it's a physiological fact. Your brain's amygdala, the alarm system, has been trained to see a sad friend or a tense silence as a red alert. The only way to shut off the alarm, fix the other person. That's why you can't just relax or stop caring so much. Your body thinks caring is how you stay alive. And until you retrain that wiring, your nervous system will keep hijacking you into caretaking mode, even when no one needs it, even when you're alone. That's why you feel a low-grade anxiety when you have nothing to fix. You're literally in withdrawal from your own survival response. You're an addict to other people's peace. Here's the turn. That part of you that learned to take care of everyone else, that wasn't weakness. That was intelligence. That was a child doing the only thing that made sense to stay safe and loved. The problem isn't that you learned to care. The problem is that your brain never updated the software. It's still running on survival mode when the emergency is over. The real shift happens when you realize you are allowed to have needs, not after you've finished taking care of everyone else, not when it's convenient. You are allowed to have needs right now, alongside everyone else's. The people who love you, the real ones, don't love you because you're useful. They love you because you exist. And if you've never been loved simply for existing, that's not because you're not enough. That's because your early environment didn't know how to do that. But you can learn to do it for yourself now. So try this. Once a day before you help someone else, pause and ask yourself one question. What do I need in this moment? And sit with it for 10 seconds. No judgment, just notice the answer. Maybe it's a glass of water. Maybe it's to say no. Maybe it's just to be left alone for 5 minutes. The answer doesn't have to be big. The practice is just letting yourself have an answer. That's it. The second thing, next time you feel the urge to fix someone's mood or solve their problem, try doing nothing. Try just sitting with them without trying to change how they feel. It will feel wrong. It will feel selfish. But what you're actually doing is breaking the old wire, the one that says your worth depends on your usefulness. Let the discomfort sit there. It's the feeling of a new pattern being written. And a third step, this one's harder but essential if you're playing the long game. Once a week, take a full hour, set a timer if you have to, during which your only job is to do something that restores you without any thought of how it benefits anyone else. Read a book in a coffee shop alone. Take a walk without your phone, sit in a park and watch the clouds. But here's the rule. You are not allowed to text anyone, check in on anyone, or do any act of service during that hour. You are allowed to be a full, separate person who exists solely for your own sake. The The first few times, your mind will scream for purpose. You'll feel antsy, almost guilty. You might invent a reason to cut the hour short. Asterisk, I should check on my friend. I should prep for tomorrow's meeting. Asterisk, that's the survival pattern fighting back. Stay with it. Let the guilt be there. What you're doing is giving your nervous system a new data point. Asterisk, you can be alive and safe without fixing anything. Asterisk, your brain needs to accumulate evidence that the emergency is over. It won't believe you the first time, but the 10th time, the 20th, slowly, the hypervigilance starts to quiet. You start to feel the shape of your own once again, separate from everyone else's. You start to realize that you have a voice, not just an echo. That hour is not selfish, it's a rewiring session. It's you teaching your body that your existence is its own justification. You've been the therapist for everyone else your whole life, and you've been good at it. But the one you've been waiting for, the one who finally turns toward you and says, "What do you need?" that person can be you. And you can start today. You don't have to earn your own care. You get to have it because you're here. You always did. If this is you, you'll find more of yourself here on Epiphania. And if this pattern sounds familiar, drop a comment and tell me, when did you first realize you were the one holding everyone together? It helps more than you know, and liking this video helps someone else find it too. Subscribe if you want more of these. They are made for people like us.